Please rise for our national anthem. Great job, Hank. Great job. Nice job. Awesome. Awesome. Good job. Hank Miller. Good evening. My name is Matt Irvin, Principal of Webster Groves High School. Welcome to Webster Groves High School and our commencement for the class of 2019. It's been my pleasure to get acquainted with this year's seniors, and like many of you here in attendance this weekend in your own relationships, it's been too brief. Undoubtedly, it's been an honor to celebrate with the class of 2019 today. Our celebration begins today with a musical salute to our graduates by our wind ensemble. Each spring, the seniors select one of their class members to speak for the class at graduation. It's my privilege to introduce the 2019 graduation speaker, Miss Evelyn Trampy.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the class of 2019's graduation. Some schools reserve the privilege of speaking at graduation to the most industrious and obedient of students. Thankfully, Webster Groves High School realizes how boring it is to hear from such people. I'm thankful to be surrounded by successful athletes, brilliant scholars, and great artists. But I'm going to start off my speech by talking to you about one of my favorite activities, detention. Nobody chooses to go there, of course, and I always try to be on time, but sometimes when I turn off my alarm in the morning, I decide to rest my eyes for a couple of minutes, which almost always turns into 40 minutes of me turning off my alarm and resetting it for 3 minutes later. The first time I did this, I thought that it would somehow lead to getting quality sleep, but 40 sleepless minutes later, I had learned a lesson to the contrary. It was unfortunate that I didn't remember that lesson the next morning, or really any morning for the next 4 years. My lateness has produced 2 detentions. However, there should really have been more. Spending quality time with the cockroaches in the basement of WGHS has really showed me the error of my ways. My first detention was on April 4th, 2018. At approximately 11:30 that school day, I checked in with my assistant principal's secretary to make sure we were still on for after school. She said yes, and also said that normally students don't check on their reservations or refer to detention as their reservation in the first place. The day dragged on, but finally 2:35 p.m. arrives, and I'm scurrying from Martin Milstead's classroom to my basement appointment. When I arrive at 2:37 p.m., the room is empty, and I wonder, how am I supposed to begin to reform in an empty room? Can my reforming begin without someone telling me, "You don't know my story," and taking spitballs to the back of my head? At 2:46 p.m., my thoughts are dismissed, when I'm joined by more students and the designated adult. No one says a word to another. There's no list of rules that are announced. To my left, a boy is watching a movie on his phone, and directly in front of me, a girl is typing away on a computer. I waited to see if the adult would address the obvious mistakes of my peers, but he did not. That is when I realized that detention is just an hour of free time that just happens to be spent at school. Looking around, I pulled out my copy of The Great Gatsby, also known as Spark Notes, and began reading about Jay Gatsby's infatuation with the amazingly dull Daisy Buchanan. It was then that I realized that detention was really just a study hall and nothing like the Breakfast Club. All of those teen movie stereotypes had betrayed me. High school has been nearly the opposite of a movie, but that doesn't mean it's been any less enjoyable. In movies and television, the graduation scenes have always been the most iconic. And here we are today, at our very own high school graduation. We are ready to move on to the next chapter of our lives, but for a moment, I think we should reflect not on the accomplishment of our graduation, but everything we've done on the way here. As American essayist Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Life is a journey, not a destination." On our journey to today, our class has had some outstanding accomplishments. Just this past year, the boys' soccer team made it to state. The girls' swim team in the State Spots Black placed at state. The girls' softball team were district champions, and the Echo newspaper placed nationally as an NSPA Pacemaker finalist. Our drama department gave us top-notch productions of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, A Midsummer Night's Dream, and It's a Mystery, a completely self-written and self-directed play by Ethan Ryan and Sam Toscan. On Decca's New York trip, Noah Schmidt miraculously survived licking hot sauce off of a sidewalk. Band students performed at St. Louis All Suburban. The STEP team had yet another amazing performance at the Turkey Day Assembly. We heard some amazing student writing pieces, All Right, Amen and A Ladies gave us some memorable performances, and we certainly can't forget about our very own YMCA basketball champion team, Shrew Crew. Those are just a couple of the outstanding achievements of this year's class. All of these accomplishments have one thing in common: Webster Groves High School. Webster has been such a great place to spend these past 4 years for many reasons, the biggest being the incredible staff. From learning about ancient Egypt and the pharaohs with Mr. Stallcup, to hearing sharp clicks and knowing that it's not a horse prancing down the hall, just Miss Moore's heels. From Miss Meiji rambling on about how she lives on a farm, to Zach Smith being at every single, and I mean every single sports event. From Mr. Milstead and his conspiracy theories, to walking into Latin and seeing Mr. Smith perched on top of the cabinets. From Petter always saying, "Go Tigers, baby," whenever Mizzou is mentioned, and to Mr. Fitz being the only sub we are ever excited to have. While the teachers try their very best to teach us and push us towards maturity, growing up as a high school student comes with a lot of uncertainty about who we are and what we may become. At all family gatherings, we have to deal with everyone from Uncle Bob to Grandma Jan asking what we're going to be doing the next year and repeatedly telling them, "I honestly have no idea." Mainly because Grandma Jan is extremely forgetful and doesn't remember what you've just said, but nonetheless, the uncertainty is still stressful. By now, though, most of us know what we're doing next year, and if you don't, no pressure, but we're at graduation right now, so you don't have much time. In all seriousness, we're only just beginning the rest of our lives, so it's okay if we don't have everything figured out, and if you do, that's also okay. The intellectual, philanthropist, and Dunder Mifflin Paper Regional Manager, Michael Scott, put it best when he said, "I knew exactly what to do, but in a much more real sense, I had no idea what to do." This quote perfectly describes this time in our lives. We all have a lot of room to grow and learn more about ourselves and our aspirations. We've all had quite the journey to this point, and our journeys are only going to continue, but our destinations are still unknown. Amidst this uncertainty of where we will be and what we will be doing, there is one thing about which I am certain. We build our further education and our careers on a strong foundation of knowledge, experience, and character, much of which we acquired at Webster Groves High School. There's no doubt in my mind that we will all excel and make a difference in our own unique and individual ways. Congratulations, class of 2019. Now go forth and prosper.
To our family and friends in attendance, I share your pride in the accomplishments of the class 2019 or graduating students and your joy and hope for what lies ahead for them. No one makes it to graduation alone, and thus I share in the gratitude the class of 2019 feels toward those people in attendance here tonight and those that wish they were here. I'd also like to thank the support staff here at Webster Groves School District who's worked tirelessly throughout the years to help us all and have worked especially hard to make graduation special tonight for our graduates. They're the heart and soul of Webster Groves and are as devoted to the duty of educating as anyone. And last but not least, I'd like to thank our faculty who've served not simply as teachers, but as mentors and as friends. I'd like to give special thanks to our retirees. After having shared both their passion and life work with Webster Groves High School's faculty and students, and leaving our school setting much richer because of their gifts they've shared in time with us. And also, they, along with our entire faculty and the other groups I've mentioned, deserve a round of applause, please. Commencement speakers are often charged to offer messages of lofty aspirations and extensions of good wishes to our graduates. While that is canon for moments like these, I would instead choose to share thoughts that temper that message, as it's good to consider preparation for less fair weather in moments when the sun is shining. I think I was preceded most aptly in this sentiment by Chief Justice John Roberts speaking on the occasion of his own son's graduation. To our graduates, I hope you will be treated and judged unfairly at times, so you'll come to know the value of justice and grace for others. I hope that you'll suffer betrayal so that it will teach the importance of loyalty. Sorry to say, but I'll hope from time to time that you don't, sorry that again. Sorry to say, but I hope from time to time you'll feel lonely so you don't take your friends for granted. And I hope you'll be ignored so you learn the importance of listening to others. I wish you bad luck again from time to time so you'll be conscious in the role that chance plays in life, and that you'll know that your success is not completely deserved, nor the failure of others completely deserved by them either. And I hope you'll experience a lack of access to power and resources, so you better understand privilege. And with that, just enough pain to learn compassion. While Robert notes life's upsets can offer lessons in justice, empathy, friendship, and other areas, his closing notes the importance of allowing those inevitable moments to be instructive. Your ability to recognize the misfortune and its message is most critical in your ability to betterment and purpose. I hope you'll allow that to be your practice going forward. Thank you very much, and we wish you all the best. I would like to introduce Superintendent of Schools, Webster Groves School District, Dr. John Simpson.
Thank you, Dr. Irvin, and good evening. First of all, thanks to the student presenters, performers, and the reader tonight. We're grateful to have you share gifts with us. Good evening. Tonight, I'm grateful for the opportunity to help recognize and celebrate the esteemed graduating class of 2019. I'm also grateful to acknowledge and celebrate others who have influenced the lives of our graduates in big and small ways. One such group significantly impacting our graduates and their educational experience throughout their time in the district is our District Board of Education, who will be joining me on the podium tonight, who are joining me to help pass out the diplomas to our graduates. At this time, I'll introduce each member and ask you to save your applause till the end. I'll ask the board members to stand briefly. Board President, Miss Amy Clendenin. Vice President, Mr. David Addison. Director, Dr. Arnold Stricker. Director, Dr. Joe Dahl. Director, Miss Christine Keller. Director, Miss Keita Quinn. And Director, Mr. Alex Kahn. Please join me in recognizing the Board of Education. Again, holding your applause into the end, please join me in also acknowledging a few other people. There's some overlap with which Dr. Irvin just shared, but I believe this night, while about the graduates, is about a lot of other people too. First of all, I want to acknowledge the high school faculty and district staff who helped plan this event and prepare this venue. District teachers, administrators, and support staff from across all of our schools and departments who supported our honorees along their educational journey in the Webster Groves School District, not just at the high school. And I'd also like to thank the family and friends of graduates, many gathered here this evening, without whose love, care, and support, these young people would not be who they are today, and in some cases, sitting in these seats. Please join me in thanking them. Class of new 2019, congratulations. You are truly an extraordinary bunch of young people, as evidenced by the accolades you've earned throughout your time at Webster Groves High School, and more importantly, the people you have become. I've enjoyed getting to know you as a group and a number of you as individuals. I believe Ellen DeGeneres summed it up best when speaking to graduates at Tulane University a few years back, as only Ellen could share. Graduates, follow your passion. Stay true to yourself. Never follow someone else's path. Unless, of course, you're in the woods and lost. And you see a path, then by all means you should follow it. Following this evening, each of you will take that next step towards something. In that first step and the rest that follow, remember to be yourself. You are uniquely and beautifully made, incomparable to anyone in this world. Own your individuality with confidence and without apology. Surround yourself with individuals both like you and unlike you to consider new ways and deepen your convictions. The path to happiness and success comes from within, but it doesn't have to be walked alone. Along that line, you know full well right now that life can be tough, real tough. The resiliency shown by members of the class of 2019 during challenging times has shown each of us, not just them, that there is a path through and often out of the most dense, dark, and deep woods. Don't ever forget that the most difficult obstacles are most easily navigable and overcome once you realize that you don't have to do it alone. Seek the support of the loved ones here tonight and those not here. Seek the wisdom from those who have faced similar adversity and can truly empathize with you in your situation. Seek the guidance of professionals who have expertise helping people through life's challenges. Personally, I found great value at doing each of those at different times in my life. Graduates, again, we're so very proud of you and look forward to watching you thrive as you move beyond this moment. On behalf of the Webster Grove School District and the Board of Education, I wish you all the best, including a lifetime of joy, health, and happiness. At this time, I would like to ask all the Webster Grove School District teachers and staff members to stand. We certify that the members of the class of 2019 here present have successfully completed all the graduation requirements as established by the state of Missouri and the Webster Groves Board of Education. Dr. Irvin is with a great deal of pride that we, the staff of the Webster Grove School District, present the class of 2019 to you and the board members for the awarding of diplomas. I am now excited to introduce Mr. Nicholas Braun and Ms. Zoe Schultz for the reading of the names.
Fanuel Achinda. Raymond Adams. Tiana C. Adams. Stephanie Maria Aiken. Rahman Ali. Olivia Riley Almquist. John Allen Arbuckle Jr. Jack Arundale. Emma Atherton. Jafet F. Ayala. Cassidy Ann Ball. Justice Ray Anthony Berry. Connor Keel Beck. Lily O'Shea Becker. Tyler James Benbow. Luke David Benet. Julia Kathleen Burnt. Maya Julia Bessman. Olivia Ann Bickford. Emma Catherine Binder. Natalie Joanne Bird. Cora Blackford. Cece Isabel Buckley Blake. Allison Blank. Kara Nicole Bloom. Rachel May Bloom. Trace Anthony Bellino. Parker Harrington Bont. Jackson Robert Bonte. Gwendolyn Genevieve Booth. Kate Elizabeth Booth. Stacy Joy Borth. Kyra Gabrielle Bradford. Isabel Bravo. Thomas James Bremer. Andrew Bain Broadfield. Kevin Casey Brock. Alexander Isaiah Brown. David Edward Gallagher Buckley. Nathan Buckley. Julian Buddy. Luke Thomas Lorden Burby. Stephen N. Burkett III. Claire Ain Burns. Lyra Caroline Bird. Nathaniel James Carpenter. Mel C. Carroll. Elizabeth Rose Carver. Joseph Myers Castleman. Zoe Bly Castro. Phoebe Alice Couture. Kennedy Haas Childs. Mackenzie Cudini. Kathleen Christinell. Daniel Edward Chura. Jacob Clark. Samuel Austin Cohen. Jacob Dean Collins. William Scott Colton. Zachary David Comagis. Kate Dooley Conroy. Leah Pearl Cook. Griffin Coyle. Sarah Catherine Curtin. Layla Paul Davis. Jonathan Bernard Defoy. Isabella Diarmit. Christian DeBrew. Eric Michael Deck. Serdell De La Cruz, Jr. Justine Aaron Dempsey Lane. Timothy James Despennett. Tyrone Patrick Despennett. Xavier Donner. Nessa Alana Dorsey. James David Lloyd Dowling. Anna Dreyer. Gary Christian Dunlap. Abigail Elise Eaton. Megan Elizabeth Eichhoff. John Thomas Eilerman. Jolene Alicia Elias. Grace Marie Engel. Spencer Mackenzie Erb. Chase Thomas Etzel. Isabella Ann Farewell. James Matthew Farmer. Lucy Catherine Faulkner. Michaela Alexandra Felder. Audrey Elizabeth Ferber. Annika Helene Feeler. Rocco J. Fiordalisi IV. Rachel Grace Fisher. Mary O'Flaherty Flyshoot. Gregory M. Frazier. Allison Freeman. Annie Lorraine Freeman. Philip Michael Freeman. Finian Oliver Fries. Colin Jeffrey Fuller. Catherine Rose Galsinski. Celeste Genevieve Gardner. Ashanti Rose Garner. Marissa Joy Garton. Nathaniel Gary. Henry B. Gears. Charles Patrick Getz. Samuel Robert Getz. Dalton Dean Gilbert. Christian Aaron Gordon. Sophia Gatto. Eaton Anson Gowan. Joshua Lucas Davis Grant. Aisha Lamara Gray. Christian David Gray. Xander Slavko Gregov. James Paul Grenier. Madison Irina Grubbs. Emerald C. Haubecker. Samuel Carlin Haubecker. Jaden Hager. Natalie Hanrahan. Andrew Spencer Harper. Faith Indira Marie Harvey. Madeline Marie Haug. Samuel Thomas Hayden. Carly Ann Hayes. Amelia Rose Heath. Maxwell Thomas Hygis. Gabriella June Hurdle. Elijah J. Hyatt. Jenna C. Hoffman. Lauren Renee Hollinsworth. Olivia Jewel Holly. Dorisha Marie Houston. Kendra Lynn Howard. Tajay Howard. Taylor Anise Howard. Sean Michael Huss. Marco Ibarra Lopez. Kenneth Irby. Nita L. Isom. AJ Jabber. Dylan Robert James. Elizabeth Phelps James. Benjamin Jansen. Hope Elizabeth Johnson. Justin Allen Johnson. Joseph Alvin Jones. Kashmir Louise Jacqueline Jones. Skylar Kristen Jones. Aiden Alexander Juratich. Gold Barizorge Kanagbara. Labari Godson Kani. Josh Andre Kozlowskis. Sam Scott Keller. Franklin Kelty. Danielle Hannah Kern. Ryan Alexander.
Daniel James Kotoff. Camille Annaliz Kruger. Josie Lawton Krieger. Aiden Patrick Kurtz. Jonathan Christopher Cuse. Allison Koskowski. Zoe Camille Quentis. Angelo Lamantia. Zachary Scott Lakey. Casey Thomas O'Neill Lang. Riley Marie Lathrop. Abby-Lynn Sophia Lawrence. Grace Fendley Lay. Joshua Demond Lee. Grant Evan Lehman. Sofia Lerchundi. Caitlin Lewis. Barrett Patterson Light. Luke Lightheart. Julia Catherine Love. Emily Grace Lutkemeyer. Naya Christiana Lyles. Trinity Rain Madison. Sienna Danae Mahan. Jacob Allen Mangozing. Thomas Robert Marcinkowitz. Charlotte Kingham Marshall. Eleanor Adams Marshall. Jessie Rose Martin. Lydia Grace Martin. Zachary Jean Mason. Cullen Brendan Liam McCarty. Kelly Marie McClure. Ethan McCullough. Grayson Mark McGilligan. Ray Harrison McIntyre. James Rutledge McFeeters. Alejandra Loma Merriweather. Jack David Meyer. Louis Otto Meyer. Alyssa Lauren Myers. Jenna Elizabeth Mikalski. Sydney Louise Myhill. Eric Mitchell. Gabriel Mitchell. Alexia Dialva Moore. Michaela Marie Morgan. Sarah Josie A. Morgenthaler. Francia Munoz. Elizabeth Musial. Camille Marie Mussman. Hannah Eileen Nash. Joseph Burke Nash. Michael Collins Nash. Molly Byrne Nash. Toby James Nelson. Jake Neville. Neo M. Nichols. Andrew Namira. Zachary Namira. Connor Frank Knoll. Thomas Michael Okamoto. Elizabeth Dorsey Oliphant. Benjamin Patrick Oliver. Rodrigo Ortega Fuster. Benjamin Patrick Ortenow. Elizabeth Ann Pacey. Teresa Lillian Palmquist. Rosa Nyambi Eshe Parks. Lily Partridge. Ethan Patrick. Karenna Josephine Patterson. Carissa Lynn Patterson. Giada Pedretti. Anna Marie Schifferly Pennington. Allison V. Peters. Brent Eric Pettibone Jr. Edward Mark Pinnock. Liliana Camille Pino. Savario Paul Perozzi. Daniel Thomas Plackey. Lillian Portel. Patrick John Porter. John Forster Porthouse. Jessica Renee Powell. Tariq Obasi Pruitt. Alexander James Purcell. Christian Reagan. Owen Whitworth Ragland. Adrian Mikhail Aquino Ramalano. Caleb Z. Rash. Maxwell Henry Reed. Sarah Margaret Richards. Charles J. Richardson. Zachary Michael Richter. Caroline Mary Riganti. Zoe Rios. Rosalind Karras Robinson. Meredith Elizabeth Rory. Joshua Lee Rowden. Abria Rule. Ethan Michael Ryan. Rosalie Jane Ryan. Claire Salmon. Noah Thomas Schmidt. Cole Sidney Schnell. Blaine Scholl. Jackson Schoen. River Schoen. Mason Schultz. Walter Jules Schuster III. Andrew Martin Schwager. Sophia Kadana Schwind. Emma Jane Sellers. Basil Robin Sesson. Lydia Mariposa Sherman. Nikayla Shields Robinson. Deanna Nicole Simon. Malachi Robert Skipper Simpson. Gretchen Joanna Skoglund. Matthew David Smegner. Grace Lee Smith. Sterling Gilbert Smith. Tyler J. Smith. Eric R. Summer. Hannah Danielle Sondag. John Preston Stallcup. Christopher Shane Stegman. Elizabeth Page Stengel. Brianna Stimson. Shadrach Stitz. Nathan Curtis Stoner. Catherine Ann Stroyak. Isabel Grace Catherine Studdy. Edward Antonio Suber. Peyton Elizabeth Taylor. Sophia Rose Taylor. Samuel Paul Toscan. Britton Alexander Toth. Brendan Raymond Tucker. Patrick Michael Unterreiner. Emily Valkamp. Theodore O. Valenti. Monica Valadares. Samuel S. Vandergriff. Clara Marie Veldhuizen. Chloe Michelle Vitale. Jaman Vo. Chase Walker. Imani Angelise Walker. Nevea Lauren Walker. William Aiden Wallace. Sydney Elizabeth Ward. Jaden Ware. Darian D. Washington II. Tori Lynn Watson. Jay Westrich III. Melina Whitehorn. Riley Brooke Wilhelm. Connor Lewis Wilkie. Evelyn Lane Wilkie Grimm. Jerry Thomas Wilson. Amori Womack. Chloe Elizabeth Worrell. Katrine Wright. Stephen Wright. Lucas Oliver Wiley. Mariah Young. Coral Rain Zarker.
Nicholas Mark Braun. Zoe Madison Schultz.
Evelyn Trampy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll present to you the class of 2019 in Webster Groves High School. I would like to have the class go ahead and stand up, please. And move your tassel from the right to the left side. The staff of Webster Groves High School extends its congratulations to the class of 2019. To the students, welcome to the alumni office of Webster Groves High School. Be ready for a significant amount of correspondence. We wish you well. Go ahead and toss those caps in the air.